Today we're going to be looking at Amiga Forever 9. The guys over at Cloanto were very nice and gave me a key for Amiga Forever 9, which has recently been released. They've asked me to check it out, so this is a paid promotion, but the views that you'll hear in this video are of my own. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. So I've already installed it on my machine, and as you'll see there's an icon on the desktop for Amiga Forever. If we double click on that, we come to the main interface of the program. Now there is a setup program that appears when you first launch it, and I'll just show you that briefly. I did come across one bug in it. I had my resolution set to 1080p and scaling to 125%, and as you can see the layout is all messed out here. So yeah, Cloanto, that needs fixing for people that are on more than 100% scaling. So you're going to see me now drop the resolution down to 720, so it's easier for you to watch on YouTube. So with the resolution change, we go back into the setup wizard, and you can see that this is what it's supposed to look like. So you've got the column view, you've got the tile view and arcade, but you've also got a light and a dark theme now. So just trying out the tile theme first. You've got some different skins, you've got color bars which relates to the colors of your system. And then we're just going through a couple of quick checks of what keys to press for like the Amiga keys. A couple of options there. Just set them all to default and then finish. So this is the tile view. I'm really liking the tile view. This is the best view at the moment that I really like. It shows you a nice preview of all the games. These are the games that come pre-installed with Amiga Forever. These games have been in this pack for quite some time. I don't think there's any brand new ones in here at all. So yeah, it'd be nice to get some extra games really, sort of like with the newer versions. But hey, this is what we got, and there are some good games in here. So another thing that I've noticed that isn't right is clicking on this game and then clicking on the globe symbol and going to this website just takes you to a website that's nothing to do with the Amiga. So yeah, Cloanto, I think you need to go through all of these games. I know this is an old collection of games, and maybe this link worked in the past, but clearly somebody else has taken on this website now. I think really it just lacks a little bit of detail in that sort of like somebody just needs to check through these links and make sure that everything's correct, because yeah, clearly that link is wrong. So to run a game, you just double click on it. So in this example, I'm going to double click on Deluxe Pac-Man, and then the game loads up. So we've got at the top a bar with a load of options, and at the bottom we've got a list of different peripherals. So we've got mouse, joystick. I'm just going to turn the volume down a little bit. So along the top we've got a pause button, we've got a stop the emulation, reboot the Amiga, create a snapshot of the Amiga so you can go back to it later. There's a share option, so you can share, I think, sort of like your screen on Facebook or Twitter, and as well you can take a screenshot of the Amiga, handy for competitions. There's the full screen mode at the end, so it's basically saying you hold down the escape key to get a menu appear. So as you can see, by default it's stretched out the image, so it's making the full screen, and I've held down the escape button now, and as you can see we've got this big huge menu. I think the icon's a little bit too big. It feels like I've turned on the accessibility mode accidentally. The icon's a little bit too big for my liking, but here you can see we've got loads of options to sort of like change the joystick emulation, and as well we've got a virtual keyboard. Now the virtual keyboard is not available in full screen, you have to do that while in the window. So there you go, virtual keyboard, and then yeah, we can dock it to the screen, which I've accidentally done, but yeah, you just drag it out, and then you've got a separate keyboard then that you can sort of like press, and if you're on a touch screen, that's very useful. Nice one, Cloanto. So we've got all the different systems, so ranging from Amiga 1000 all the way up to Amiga 4000. On the modes, we can change the modes by going to View and Mode. This is the arcade mode. Now, I was looking forward to this mode, but I've been left really disappointed with it. It's very plain and dull. Cloanto, you've got so much information about these systems. You've got your genre, you've got your when the game was created. You can do so much with this, and you haven't provided that information, and it just looks empty and bare, like this was an afterthought. So I'm looking forward to you developing this, but at the moment I can't really recommend the arcade mode. It's not that great. So under Tools and then Downloads, you can go to Games and download a load of extra games. I did notice, Cloanto, sorry, another dig. You've linked to Back to the Roots. That website has not been in existence for a long time. You need to update your links. This seems to be a common thing. So yeah, there's some good links to sort of the Dream 17 websites, Factor 5. So there's some good links in here. You've just got to watch out for the dead links though. So going back to View and then Mode, we've got the column view, which is the classic look. And what we're going to do is now we're going to try and add our own games to it. So I've already downloaded some ADFs off of the Dream 17 website. And then I want to import these into the Amiga Forever set. So as a guess, I would have thought you go to File and then New to add something to the list. But if you look in here, it's a maze of configurations and there's so many settings in here. It's not very easy, but there is another way of doing it. So if we close this down, we need to go to Tools and then go to the RP9 toolbox. So once you do that, there's an action called Convert to RP9, which is the Amiga Forever pack. And as well, there's a database that it links to, the Retro Platform Library. So basically what I've done is I've pointed the source to my ADF files. You can't see the ADF files in here, but it is pointing to that. And then the destination is going to be the player folders that already exist. So if I start that task now you can see it's checking through all the games. Oh, it's come across Lemmings. It's not quite sure what I've got, so you just choose the game, and then yeah, it's processed 25 and it's converted 22. So it's not 100% perfect, but it's picked up a lot of those games. So some of the files could not be processed, so that's just warning you. And then if we have a look, yeah, we've got Lemmings. That's excellent, but sadly it doesn't copy over previews at all. It'd be nice if it could grab those off the internet as well, but I've made a screenshot of Lemmings previously, and what you can do is just simply drag an image over there, and then you've set an image for the game. So you can go through and add your own games, which is a really nice feature. It looks really neat, and as well, because you've added your own games, they appear in the arcade as well, with Lemmings, and also in the tile view as well. There we go. So, and we've got the details about when the game was made and by Synosis. So if I double click on this, we'll get rid of the keyboard. I'm going to go into full screen, and then we've got a Quattro, Skid Row. And here is the Lemmings intro, so we've got it running. So what if you don't want the screen to be stretched and you want it to be in that traditional 4:3 aspect ratio? Well, there's loads and loads of options that you can set in this. So under Tools and then Options, General, there's loads of settings here that you can browse through and change, but we're going to be going to Emulation, and then we're looking for the scaling option, and we're going to choose the subpixel keep ratio option. And what this will do is then put black bars either side of the screen, and there we go, it's in the correct aspect ratio. So in conclusion, I think that Amiga Forever 9 is a good place to start for beginners, for people that are getting back into the Amiga or even brand new to the Amiga. You need this for the ROM packs officially. Things I like are the tile mode and the ability to import your games. The virtual keyboard is very handy for those of you that are on a touch screen, but I do wonder how many people are using an actual touch screen for an Amiga. New arcade mode is not quite there yet and needs some work. And the thing that sticks out the most for me is the dead links and the misinformation. It just needs a little bit of a tidy up. So hopefully Cloanto will hear this, and I look forward to seeing a more up-to-date version of this. So I've just recently set up a Ko-fi account. If you enjoy the content that I make, I appreciate any one-time payments that you give for the channel. Thank you. So thank you for watching. If you want to find out more about WinUAE or any other of my Amiga videos, then please subscribe and give this video a like.